We're Roger and Michelle, Romy. 8 years ago, we bought a 40-foot aluminum trawler to cruise the Thousand Islands, and it's been amazing. Now, it's 2024, and we're ready for more. We're setting out on a new adventure, so come aboard as we travel the Great Loop and plan a hop over to beautiful Bahamas. In this episode, we extend our stay in the Benjamins, explore its surrounding lands and waters, and cherish moments spent with new friends as we wrap up the Canadian portion of our Great Loop adventure. But first, we tell you how much July cost us as we complete month 2 of cruising.
July numbers.
It's that time, isn't it?
It is that time. End of the month, July 2024. We spent $2,600.
What?
$2,600, and half of it, $1,100 to fuel and $200 to dinghy gas. So half our expenses of fuel. Hardly anything on food, $280. The rest of it is negligible, as you can see on the list on the screen. But yeah, not a bad expense month.
Northwest of the Benjamin Islands is Fox Island, and it's pretty much a dinghy ride away, and you will be transported into literally what feels like another world. The channels, the rock channels, the channels carved into these ancient rocks, Canadian Shield at its best yet again. This is just cool. It is really, really cool. If you're at the Benjamins, a must-do is blueberry picking. Wild blueberries are everywhere.
Think there's blueberries there?
Well, I am no horticulturalist, but that looks like prime blueberry picking to me. We got ourselves a really, really good cup of blueberries. Okay, honey, You're in the middle of recovering our cushions. Yep. Here is the blueberry pancake, and that is North Channel fresh wild blueberries picked by us.
There you go.
Blueberry pancakes, just used a box to mix in those blueberries and walnuts on top with pure maple syrup. Okay?
Quite yummy.
Well, good. So here's the boxed pancake mix I used, and I just bought it because it was on sale at the grocery store, and it was just add water, which I highly recommend when you're provisioning and you find yourself in a beautiful place like the North Channel with not a lot of options. Nice cushions, mister.
Oh, yes. Oh, baby. That's called marine leather. Ooh.
You did one stellar job.
Yeah, it turned out pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we needed to get rid of those turtles.
I loved my turtles. No one else loved my turtles. No one liked my turtles, but I loved those turtles.
I love turtles. Go ahead.
But now that you've redone the cushions, I'll agree. Okay, my turtles were hideous.
Yes, they were. I told you so.
Friends don't let friends
upholster furniture and turtles.
Or do they? I don't know. Honey, I just love that you're sitting on the blanket that I'm making you sit on.
So I don't mess up the new cushions that I made. Actually, I'm working right now on plans for plastic coverings.
The Benjamin Islands were so fantastic. We thought, let's take a breather from the go, go, go of the loop, which is also great. But let's take like a holiday we're in an A-list destination. So let's spend 2 weeks. And that's what we did. 2 weeks in this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful part of the North Channel. Smallest beach I've ever seen. And if you use your imagination, that there's like a fish head. See its mouth and then the gills? So much here. And that's nature's bonsai.
Benjamin Bonsai! This rock is kind of meek. I thought it would be bolder.
Okay, honey. So, because we just came in off the flybridge enjoying a Coke.
And there was a very familiar smell of acid from a battery. Not a good smell. So I went down to the engine room, and sure enough, I took the lid off the battery box, and I hear from the battery. Not a good thing. So it's being cooked by the charge controller here, by the solar. So I turned off the solar panels, and now I'll go down the battery. I think that it got low on water, and the charge controller's trying to set a charge, but there's no electrolyte in there to hold the charge, so it started to cook the battery. So hopefully we haven't lost our batteries.
Oh.
Time to get all the safety gear on, because I'm going to pop the lid off the batteries, and if it's under pressure, I don't want acid spilling on me.
Okay, but wouldn't acid just melt the shitty rubber gloves?
But I can get the shitty rubber gloves off way before the acid. It doesn't work that quick. It's more a chemical burn on your hands that you're going to experience.
Okay.
Been there, done it.
Oh, okay.
And your clothes, you spill acid on your clothes by the time,
So you're going to put a work shirt on?
Good idea. A quick inspection of each battery. All the tops are dry. I'm hearing a little sizzle going on. And look at that. there is that better? There is a little bit of moisture on top of that battery. So I'm going to say this battery is boiling. So let's pop that lid off, see what we see. Here's a view of the offending battery and the dry cells. So I'm about to add some water in there. You can't just use general tap water, too many minerals. Batteries love distilled water. So I always carry a gallon or so of distilled water with me, just in case something like this happens. So we'll fill that up with water and we'll let it sit for a while. Then we'll test it, maybe put it on a soft charge, see if this battery is gone or not. Now that I've eliminated one of the house bank batteries, the capacity of the house bank has decreased by 25%. I have 4 batteries at 110 amp hours apiece for 440 amp hours. I got rid of 110, so now I have 330 amp hours. So I have to reprogram the charge controller for a capacity of 330 amp hours. Otherwise, it's going to cook the rest of them. I'm just not knowledgeable when it comes to batteries, I guess. I put the battery I isolated. I put it on for a quick little charge. Got 50% of the way charged. So Michelle and I were in the living room, and Michelle looked over at me and said, "You smell that?" And we did. It was the very familiar smell of a boiling battery. So I went in the engine room, and sure enough, the other 3 batteries in my battery bank are fine. They're cool. They're charging, so the charge controller appears to be working properly. But that battery with a small charge, it took 5 minutes and it started to boil again. You can hear it. So I'm going to conclude that that battery is toast.
So, honey, what's the situation? What's going on?
It's the battery. There's the juice in there is just not working properly, and I don't know why.
Well, you're no chemist.
Yeah, but when talking batteries, they charge me for it. I'm eye on that. Keep an eye on that. Don't be so negative. Be positive. I can't think of any other. Okay.
Not bad.
Not bad.
It's fun being here on a boat in a remote A-list destination. Thank you, Rob and family, for organizing 3 o'clock happy hour rocktails on Sunset Rocks. We partook in a Loopers potluck dinner on the rocks another night, and a standout evening of rocktails and tales around a bonfire. Tales from a well-favored passage by Marjorie Kahn Brazer. The passages in this book are a guide to Lake Huron's North Channel and its first peoples. It's incredible. Brad shared an amazing reading on the history of the Benjamin Islands that everyone should hear.
Forces of erosion and uplift expose bits and pieces, then great humps and slabs of trapped magma. And so were born the Benjamin Islands, startlingly pink as a brand new infant, though they now count their years as a couple of billion.
I was very privileged next to read a passage honoring the spirit of these very rocks that we were sitting on. Take a listen. There, brooding on the horizon, are the silent, majestic bluffs of Gitche Manitou's Great Island, sometimes light and ghostly in the fog or blue haze of a summer morning, sometimes softly green and reassuring in the brightness of sunlight, sometimes heavy and dark as storm clouds congregate above the heights, is the benevolent spirit himself whispering to you of the mystery of life. The ancient Ottawas believed this. So when I reflect on our Georgian Bay experience, I mean, we heard a bunch of things. We heard, oh, Georgian Bay. I mean, you know, those waters, they can kill you, and I'm sure they do get bad. We did have particularly good weather for the most part during our trip here, and we really didn't cross in anything but good weather. So for us, it's been just amazing. I think I was also told to, you know, always check your swim platform before stepping on it, because the Massasauga snake will climb up there and sun itself during the day. And I don't know if that's an old wives' tale or if it's true. But no, that didn't happen to us. So we were snake free so far. I think someone also warned us, ooh, don't go swimming. Those fish have teeth. They have big teeth. And yeah, sure they do, but no, we swim. We swim every single day, and swimming has been awesome. Now, if you like what you see in these parts, the Benjamin Islands, you should know you can charter boats out of Gore Bay. That's what I've heard. I don't know anything about the company, but we have seen charter boats here, so it is possible. If you're wanting to just experience this part of the world, thinking about the loop, whatever your reason is, if we can inspire just one person to come out and love this beautiful country as much as we do, it's all been worth it.
Back rope came off, so I have to put my Crocs in sport mode so I can get the rope back on the hill.
We kind of, I'm not going to say cheated, but we didn't actually officially med moor per se. We threw out a back anchor, and these 70-kilometer-hour gusts just with
overpowered the Bruce.
with the waves rolling in, lifted our anchor up, and the anchor let go. And so Roger is going to take one for the team and swim out there and tie a back line to a tree. That is the rope from the boat to the tree. And Roger, my hero, is pulling us in nice and tight.
Excitement for our last night at Croker Island.
Croker Island, yeah. I think it jinxed us. I mean, you dove the anchor. Well, first off, we had an unpleasant turn of wind that was unexpected. I mean, maybe if we had had better internet, it might have been more expected. But for us, it was unexpected. I think for everybody in the anchorage here, it was unexpected. Hitting us on the beam, you know, gusts of up to 70. I mean, what the hell, man?
It wasn't hideous. But dove the anchor and it buried itself even more, so go Vulcan.
Yeah, so we were sitting here in the salon just talking
Michelle
about how comfortable we are. It was so nice to see that the anchor is like totally buried, set. We're feeling really good. Yeah, no problem. We'll ride out this weather. We're leaving tomorrow. And suddenly the back end goes flying out.
Comes loose. Now we're pointed into the wind. Good thing no one was right beside us.
Oh, yeah.
So with the waves and the wind and all that, it kind of lifted the anchor out of the rocks that I had placed it in. Like big boulders. Crammed it in there. There was only one way it was coming out, and that was straight up.
And it did.
And it did. So mission accomplished.
It's all's good.
Yeah, all's good.
All's good.
So
and a special thank you to our neighbor who came. You know, those are boaters for you, man. Within like minutes, neighbor with the dinghy came over. How can I help?
Actually, he came over and said, "You're getting exercise." I said, "Yeah." He said, "What can I do?"
Yeah, very nice.
Asked him to push the boat over with his dinghy. He did. Tied on to a tree, then we're good to go.
Yeah, so we're officially mid-moored.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Woo.
In the next episode, we enter mighty Lake Michigan and begin the first leg of the American portion of our Great Loop adventure.